Hey, what is up, Scary Squad? My name is Flip, and if you are new here, this is actually my second channel, and I post occasionally, as you guys can tell occasionally, because I haven't posted on here in a few months. Things have been crazy on Flipless Script on my main channel, things have been crazy in my real life, but we're back at it again on the second channel. Yeah, so we're gonna kick it off with a review, a reaction to something that I never thought was gonna be my #1 viewed video. It's actually at 1.6 million views. I always thought Red Team Leader or Disconnected would always be #1, and yet this came out of nowhere. And yeah, we're just gonna jump into it and react to it. Let's do it.
It's very simple, it's very straightforward, and somehow tradition in Fortnite to thank the bus driver. I don't really thank the bus driver that much. It's not because I don't want to, but simply because I usually land as soon as I can, or I'm too busy talking strategy with my teammates. There's rumors that if you go so long without thanking him, bad things happen to you in real life. Everyone subconsciously presses the button to thank the bus driver eventually, but I've gone out of my way not to, even subconsciously to thank him. As many games as you can play in a week, you could go hundreds of games without thanking the bus driver. It's been
I feel like I really needed this because if you guys have watched my other reaction videos, I always have like a huge pet peeve with the videos that go super viral. This one I do have my own pet peeves on, but like I just want to say like we're only like less than a minute in, and the gameplay is actually pretty good. The gameplay is pretty decent. You know, so I'm happy about that. The second part of it isn't. We'll get to that later, but just saying.
a whole week into my experiment, and so far nothing has happened. I'd imagine that I'd probably played around 600 matches. This was probably my 666th match of not thanking the bus driver. It wouldn't let me hop out. It said on my screen, "Will you thank the bus driver for his hard work?" I hit no, and it let me jump. The games that followed asked me the same question before I could jump. Would you thank the bus driver for his hard work?
Yo, actually, can we like get a F in the chat real quick for that purple and gold spaz heavy shotgun, heavy pump? Guys, F's in the chat.
I continued to hit no. I decided to play one final match before heading to bed. The message that popped up changed. It said to me, "Last chance, thank the bus driver, you will regret it." I hit no.
It's so funny because the first part of the gameplay, that minute and then like a minute and a half is like me going off, and then this like the rest of it's just disappointing flying around in an airplane.
Yet again,
Man.
and the bus in Fortnite blew up. No one else was inside, it was just me. I heard what sounded like a truck coming up my hill. I lived at the very top of a hill. I could always hear the louder vehicles like trucks and buses.
You know, fun fact that actually is super true. Back when I lived in Alabama, so like when this was written, when this was like made, and then up until like May, you know, I did live at the top of a hill. And, you know, there'd be people who race at the top of it. Super dangerous, by the way. I almost, like, gotten hit a few times. But, you know, especially, like, buses and, you know, like, FedEx delivery buses or FedEx delivery, like, things, whatever you want to call them. Like, those loud ones would ruin videos. So, like, you have no idea how frustrating that was. So I put that into that. So that's probably one reason why it's so successful is because I wrote little things in there. But fun fact, if you didn't know, that would ruin my videos back in the day.
They apply extra gas or change gears to make it up the hill. It's 1 a.m. at this time, and usually the only people who use this road are the people that live here. People aren't as loud considering the time. This vehicle was definitely loud, and it was taking its sweet time coming up the hill. I looked out the window from my bedroom. I was on the second story. The road and everywhere around me became consumed with a dense fog.
That's also true. I did live on the second story and you could like see it, and it was kind of creepy, especially with fog.
The vehicle let off the gas, or it changed gears, a sign that they almost made it up the hill. I was speechless. It was Fortnite's battle bus. The balloon on top was destroyed. The bus body itself looked like it had been rusted. Or almost as if it had been blown up. This
Oh, and for those of you asking like where I get like my sound clips and everything, it's like fully licensed. I can link down below, and I believe anyone can buy, you know, individual sound clips, or they can buy like a license to do it. So I'll link that down below for those of you who are curious. But also, I just think that the sound effects make this video.
can't be the same bus from my game, could it? And it can't be the actual bus driver. I was looking as hard as I could inside the bus. I could see the doors that opened up to let people out. That's when I saw the creepiest thing I ever saw in my life. The bus finally came to a complete stop. The doors opened and I saw two red eyes look intensely at my house. Then those red eyes looked up at me as if they were piercing into my soul. Then the bus driver started walking. He walked very slowly to my...
Some people, like a lot of the comments would say that I copied off of like Transit, you know, the TED bus driver, and that's totally not true. I'm like a super old player of Call of Duty. I remember playing that like back in the day. Definitely an inspiration, but that was in my mind when I was writing it. I was like, man, I hope people don't think that, you know, it's like that. But I'm just thinking, how can you make, you know, a bus driver more creepy other than, you know, his stuff being tattered and then him having like creepy eyes?
Front door. I tried to dial 911, but no dial tone. Almost as if he put out
Of course,
an
right?
EMP.
No dial
I heard
tone.
him knock loudly on my door. After a few moments of him
I'm not even gonna lie, that like knock effect just scared the crap out of me. It's like 3 a.m. and I don't know if you guys can see it, but like there's a door like right there, and I thought someone was like busting down it. That's super crazy. Anyway, real life creepypasta crap happening right here. Only on Flip.
pounding on the door, it stopped. I felt like I was in the clear, but the bus was still there. Then I heard footsteps leading into my hallway where the bedrooms were at. Then that's when I heard him knocking yet again. But this time it was at my bedroom door. The only thing separating myself from whatever this thing was 3 inches of oak wood. Frantically looking for something, anything to defend myself with, or something to break my fall if I chose to leave.
Dude, I was such a passive aggressive player now. I don't know if my gameplays like show it nowadays, but I like build so much better, and I totally would not have given a person high ground like that nowadays.
My room that was slowly becoming a trap. He broke my door down. I saw him face to face. The reason his eyes were red, he was a cyborg of sorts. His uniform had been burned, no doubt from the explosion.
Oh, and the reason why I did the cyborg thing, again, was not because of the whole Ted bus driver thing. It was actually from an episode of The X-Files, which is like one of my favorite shows, watching stuff to be scared. So, fun fact right there, too.
In the game. He opened his mouth to reveal fangs. No doubt, if he used them on me, he could sever a limb. He looked at me with murderous intent. His left arm turned into a sharp knife, and he slowly walked to me. He placed the knife to my stomach. He then reached in his pocket. I was expecting it to be another weapon to help deal a final blow, but it was just a tablet. He handed me the tablet and it turned on. It had a question on it. The question said, "Still think it's a game? Last chance. Thank the bus driver. Yes or no?" As I read this question, I looked up at the bus driver. He looked back, waiting. If I answered no, I would surely die. So of course I selected yes to thank the bus driver. As soon as I hit yes, his eyes turned green. He formed a smile and he said, "Thank you for riding my battle bus." The knife that was formed in his hand turned back into just a normal hand. He got up, walked to his bus, and he drove off. No one in my house has any memory of this. No neighbors heard anything.
Pings 300.
But I did learn one lesson, and I think you did too. I'm going to thank the bus driver every time I play, and I hope you do as well.
So yeah, there we have it, my number 1 most viewed video. I thoroughly enjoyed it, other than the end where I'm at the campfire. I thought the gameplay was pretty okay, storytelling was pretty okay. Overall, I'd give it an 8 out of 10. Is it my most favorite one I've ever done? No. Do I believe it deserves to be number 1, and does it thoroughly show off, my skills as a writer, as a voice actor, as a gamer? Yeah, it does. It gets a A-OK from FliplessCrypt. Comment down below, guys, what kind of content do you want to see on this second channel? Also, what other scary story / creepypasta that I've done that's on FliplessCrypt do you guys want me to react to next? I will see you guys on Flip and on FliplessCrypt. Peace out, Scary Squad.